The title will be Reinventing Your Business with Budget-Friendly Marketing Techniques to Reach Your Target Market. So I decided to talk about this because what I've seen so far in most of the startups is that most of the startup thinks like big companies. So they think, I would like to invest some million on marketing. Then if I invest a million on marketing, I will reach a lot of customers. I will make a lot of money. But of course, first I need million from investors. And this is really not like it works, because investors don't want to put million in a promise. They want to put some million in results. So my suggestion and what I will present here, also introducing some tips for LinkedIn, Facebook, and of course Google AdWords, and also SEO, a bit SEM in general, is how can you make some money right now with your marketing online strategies, putting maybe 10 euro in your marketing, and try to get 12 euro, 13 euro. So you can already show something to investor. You can show some numbers, some metrics. You can show that you're actually making money, but of course not a lot of money, but it's something. And then you can of course ask for much more. So let's start with the presentation. I would like to talk a bit about myself first. Then I will introduce HeyRelp, and we can talk about the results that HeyRelp achieved in 1 year, and then of course how we reach these results. So which strategy we use it in particular, of course, that will be my field is online marketing. Okay, so something about me. So I studied in Milan, in Bocconi, then I did an internship in Miami. I worked for a while in Rome, then I worked in Brussels. I worked in management consulting company in Lugano. It's actually a company that has the headquarters here in New York, and I worked as well in Turin. Then I was business developer for a company that actually is very similar to Rocket Internet, and it was first in Berlin, then I moved to Nigeria, and then it was Kenya, and so I did some experience in online marketing. It was mostly startups, so how to do online marketing for startups. So that's where I did most of my experience. But then, of course, I continued to study and to follow events, social networking events, and conference, and of course other things like this. And I did also I was also in India. I did like a volunteer. I was in Kolkata, but then I spent also some time there. And then I found Reboot Founders. Reboot Founders is is not an incubator, it's more like a web marketing agency. So what we do is we help new person to new entrepreneur to go from the idea to the startup. So we give all that they need, that is networking, that is some experts in different fields. Of course, it's different from another incubator, like it could be dPixel. It's, as I said, it's more like an agency, or we can say a consultant firm. So what we do is we put our expertise, we put our experience, we put our network to your service. So you can use it, and you can, of course, it's help you to succeed. And then, of course, I joined HeyRelp. It was now more than 1 year ago, and I would say this was, the best company where I ever worked. It's a startup, and it's a very successful startup. We went in San Francisco. We get 3 million in San Francisco, and then we have a quarter in New York. We have a quarter in many other countries. But yeah, I think if we go home further with the presentation, you will see more about HeyRelp. Yeah, this is some Italian press where you can read about me. I mean, if you have time to spend, it's good to read, but I would suggest you in particular 2 articles. One was in Il Today, and the other one in La Voce di New York. In particular, I would suggest you to read La Voce di New York if you are interested to move to United States, in specific in Silicon Valley, because I give you some suggestions based on our experience, which are the main challenges, when it's the good time to move, and why you should move or why you should not move. So yeah, it's like an honest interview I did with La Voce di New York. So if you are interested, you can definitely go there and read it. Okay, so let's start with overview about HeyRelp. So how the idea came from. So what was the idea that brought us to found HeyRelp? So Airline have to keep secret that you can be entitled to €800 compensation, because nobody knows, but there is a law that says that when you are delayed or when your flight is cancelled or when it's overbooked, AirFly has to pay you up to €600 compensation. So what we do is actually we inform the people about the law, and then we help people to get money back. So if you check the statistics, only 0.1% get the compensation. This is because people still don't know that they can be entitled. So this is very important that someone inform them, because there are many lawyers, but it's something different, because how we will see now, we are not only lawyers. We have different, we have also customer support. We're more a business company, and that's mean a different kind, a different kind of work, a different kind to do the things that we do. This is the regulation 261. Actually, it says, as I said before, that when there is a flight that is a European company, or when there is a flight that is not a European company but arrive in Europe, you can be entitled to up to €600, and this is valid within last 3 years. So if you have old tickets, maybe you have some old tickets in your inbox, some flights that you did a couple of years ago, you can actually get money back. So you can actually still send out a claim. So that means that you can just go to the website, you fill the form, it takes 3 minutes, and you can get money back. Yeah, so the market is quite big. There are 30 million flights every year, and this is just Europe. 11 million flights in Europe every year, and that's mean 750 million passengers in Europe every year. So that's mean, actually this is based on some calculation we did based on our experience. That depend how many passengers there are in a ticket, and which is the average value of a customer. So this is results is 26 million affected passengers in Europe every year, that if you apply 450%, that is the average compensation per passengers, it's mean 11 billion market. So that's a very big market, and this is just European market. Of course, we are not only in Europe, we are now also in the States. This is the reason why we came to New York, but we are also expanding to Turkey and to other countries. I mean, our mission is to become the leader worldwide, and I think we are already leader in Europe. We are leader in the States, and we will become leader in other markets when they will be ready. Yeah, I mean, the Italian market is much smaller, of course, but still, we are talking about 1.3 billion. This is something that the information that you can take from the ISTAT, that are, of course, research that they publish every year, so that's not something secret here. Let's go home. So how we work, so why we are different from, for example, a lawyer firm and all the other companies that do the same thing. So actually, we have the biggest office that we have is in Poland. We have a team that do customer support. So when you send your claims arrive to the customer supports. It doesn't arrive to the lawyer directly. So customer support do all the bureaucracy. That means call the airline, fill the form. It's something that takes a lot of time, and especially because generally airline doesn't want to collaborate. So you have to talk with the airline, you have to explain the airline the situation, you have to explain that they have to respect the law and all this kind of thing. Generally, I would say 90% of the time it works. The airline decides to collaborate, the airline pay, and everything is fine. So it will be resolved from 2 to 12 weeks. But sometimes 10% of the case is that the airline doesn't want to pay, and what's happened is our customer support forward the claim to our legal team. Our legal team do like a first evaluation if this is claim that we can win or not. If we can win the claim, we go to the court. Of course, there are no additional costs for this. We always take 25%. This is tax inclusive from the compensation, so you never have to pay us anything. That's the good thing of Herald. Yeah, now we have an international team. We have a lot of travel agencies that are our affiliates, and we work together. So we are growing very, very fast. What else? Yeah, I mean, this is actually how Herald works. What is Herald in just shortly? So maybe your question now is this working? So what's the results? What's the success of this? Well, some numbers, if you compare last year in October, it was when I arrived, if you compare last year with this year, we have the cost per acquisition that it's less than 400%. That's very higher. I mean, I cannot give exactly how it is now and how it was before, but this is very great result, how you can see. The company is growing, still growing 25% per month. That is actually a lot for a startup. So you can see, for example, that the number of employees were like 1 year when I arrived, we were 10 people. Now we are more than 40 people. And when I arrived, there was just the Danish market because the founder are Danish. And then there was UK because one of the co-founder is from UK, and Italy because I arrived. So I already started to do marketing in Italy. But in less than 1 year, now we are in 17 countries and we support 14 different languages. And we had like 2 offices before, was Hong Kong and UK. Now we have 6 offices, 2 offices in the States. The biggest office is in Poland, which is, I think, a great result. And the win rate is changed. Of course, we had different win rate in this year. One of the things is if you have good lawyer. So the win rate is increased a lot. Now it's like 90%. Technically, it could be 100%, but there are always claims that you cannot verify. So I think the honest number is 90% win rate. So, I mean, this is what Hangout has done. And I think the most important thing now is understand, how we reach these results. What I did on online marketing to get to reduce the cost per acquisition 400%. And how we of course, the growth is not depending only on online marketing. There are many efforts that work together. But I will show you everything regarding online marketing. So how you can do online marketing also in your startup to have a very good growth and to reduce the cost per acquisition and to have some numbers to present to investors if you want to get money, or if you want to invest your money first to your startup and then see how you can make some revenue right now. Okay, so this is
Danilo.
Yeah, I see.
Can we ask you any question?
Yeah, I was thinking maybe if we can take a room at the end, but since there are different let's say chapter here, I think we can maybe take some question now before starting up talking about online marketing, because this is like another part. So if you have maybe a question now about Herald, or about the results, or about me, maybe you can ask a question now, and then we can talk about online marketing and take question about online marketing at the end, if you agree.
Okay, thank you.
Perfect.
So, I have a question about, let's say, the business model, and in regards the fragility, if you can say so, of your business model. I mean, by that, you have to do a lot with the law in different European countries and also outside of Europe. Mm-hmm. So my concern is that as soon as a change in the law happens, mm-hmm. then your business model is at risk.
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, so I mean, the law, it's already changed from when we started. Yeah, it's still changing. Of course, we have lawyers in Brussels that they are following. They are so trying to influencing the commission. But I would say that when the law change is changed to protect more the customer. So it's not going to change to say, customer, they will not have any rights. So now when there will be delayed deadlines, don't pay anything. If the law generally change to protect more the customer. Just to give you a concrete example, almost 1 year ago, there was a change in the law, and the commission said that now the airline cannot say that when there is a technical problem, this technical problem is something they cannot control. Because generally what's happened before is every time that you send a claim, the airlines say, oh, it was a technical problem, I'm sorry. And you cannot really verify if it was a technical problem or not. So it was very easy for them try to avoid to pay. And so the commission say technical problem is something that the airline can control. So if you have a technical problem, now you have to pay. So how you can see, there is, I mean, of course there are change of the law, but the law change in, for increase the right of the customer and not for decrease the right of the customers.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you for the question.
Yeah, you can continue with your presentation, please.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so online marketing now. Okay, I was in a conference some days ago. It was New York Expo, and there was a guy, a very good marketer and seller, let's call it Bill Walsh, that did a presentation, and he started the presentation say 90% of success is marketing. So I liked this, and of course I use it for the slide. But this slide, it's like a map that show you what we did in a Help. This is online marketing and offline marketing. Of course, we will focus now in online marketing because it's what I manage. But yeah, just to give you the overview, we did like banners. Generally was banners of the airport. We also offered free Wi-Fi, so you had like 15 minutes free Wi-Fi, and then of course you had to see our banners. Flyers, we did flyers at the airport. We also did flyers at the Brooklyn Bridge, and also if you go to the main clubs in Manhattan, you can see a lot of stickers with hair health brands and stuff like that. We did some organic, that actually, let's say, free marketing, that was newspapers, so all course of press. We did the radio, television, we did the conference, trade show, we did a lot of research, reports, business case. This is something, of course, that helped us to, show our brands, tell people what we do, inform people about the law, because of course more people are informed, better it's for us. Yeah, this is regarding offline marketing. Regarding online marketing, that will be also mobile. By the way, mobile actually, it's the average in the market, it's 20%. So mobile is increasing a lot. But I mean, my personal opinion is that the business, the sale, are still on the website. Mobile, it's almost 20% right now. Okay, so online marketing. What we did, of course, here was paid, so advertising, but also organic, so free marketing. And it was SEO, so the positioning of Google, for sure you already know. Google, but it's also Bing, it's also Yahoo, but of course our first engine is I think for everybody is Google. Social media, so social media actually are the same that you can read in paid, but we did also some content marketing strategies, some content marketing plan for social media. And I will show you both. And then we did newsletter. So we used MailChimp. That is, I think, a very good service for newsletter. And blog post. We have our blog. You can go to our website and check it. It's very nice because we always try to give you some useful tips about the airlines, about the airport, about which are the best airlines, or when it's good to book a flight, to pay less. So we always try to add value for our customers. This is, I think, everything good that everybody should do. And then email marketing. So we don't like spamming. I think a lot of companies don't do very good email marketing because they send too much email. Of course, many times you can just decide how many emails you want to receive. But we decide to just send a couple of emails per month that is actually a review of how our app is going. I think it's fine, because then if people want to really read something more, they can go to our blog, they can go to Facebook, they can go to Google+, a lot of channels that we have. So we don't need to, be very intrusive, send email every day and say, hey, we are still here, you can still use us. So we don't like this, and we use email marketing, but very, very softly. Paid, of course, it's SEM, that in our case means mostly 90% hours. And Facebook ads, of course, Twitter ads, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So let's start exploring all this online marketing channel. So yeah, so we can see better each one of them. Sorry if I'm going quite fast. It's just because I scheduled 1 hour for this, so there are a lot of things to discuss. But as I said before, there is a room at the end for the question. So everything you are curious, everything you want to discuss further, just take a note and we will discuss at the end. Okay, let's go. So let's talk about Google Awards. So I think Google Awards is something that every startup should use, because I mean it's very good good tools because it helps you to reach customers that are actually looking for you right now. So if you sell, I don't know, if you sell shoes, and someone is looking for shoes now, they use, of course, Google because it's the first search engine. And it's good that they find you when they are looking for shoes. If someone had a delayed flight, so is looking for how can I get money back from my delayed flight, it's good that they see help. They don't see, I don't know, some lawyer or some other person. So it's very important that you are on Google AdWords. On the other side, Google AdWords is like invested into stock market. It's very risky, and especially if you don't know how to use it, you can lose a lot of money. So here are 10 tips that you can, you can keep in mind when you are using Google AdWords. I will explain this one by one, and I think this is very important because this is not something that I took from a book, but this is something that is based on our experience. This is something that is based in more than 10,000 euro invested in AdWords every month. So we got some experience after that, of course, after 12 months, 10,000 per month. And I think it's good to share with you so you can avoid the same mistakes and you can take advantage of the good things that we did. First thing, remember that AdWords is a tool. This is mean that is generally used to increase sales and profit, not to be, I don't know, first for this keywords. I remember some months ago there was a partner of Herald that say, oh, there are a lot of customers that are, they look for this keywords. I want to be first for these keywords, but this is not how AdWords works. This is SEO. So if you want to be first for a keywords, do a good SEO. We'll talk about SEO, but don't use AdWords to be first position for a keywords. This is something crazy because in that case, the keywords costed 10 euros per click. So are you really, you really want to pay 10 euros per click to be first and then don't make any sales? So focus on sales. Don't think that AdWords is SEO. Second thing is make sure your account structure is comprehensive and makes sense. So just to give you an example with HairHelp again. In HairHelp, we don't have a lot of products. We are not like an e-commerce that sells shoes, that sell, I don't know, 100 brands, that sell 100 different kinds of products. We just have flight delay, if I can sell that, and overbook it. And even if we have also only three products, we have a lot of campaigns and groups and keywords. So actually my suggestion is take one campaign. If you have many, I don't know, we have different countries, so we have one campaign per country. You can use one campaign for macro product. Then use the group inside the campaign for different product. So let's say if you have, okay, just make an example. If you have TV, you can use the campaign for TV, another campaign for, I don't know, video recorder, stuff like that. So let's take television. The campaign is television. Then in the group, you can put a different type of television, maybe different shape of television of different brand. So maybe it could be a Sony television, maybe it could be Philips television. So you have different group for different brand. Inside the brand, you put the different kind of keywords people will look for that brand, for that television. Because what is really important is there is in AdWords, there is a perfect fit between the campaign, the group, the keywords, and then the ads that you show. So better you do this structure, less money you pay because it's not generic. You don't never have to be generic in AdWords. You have to be very specific. If you are specific, you pay less. That's the point. So let's go on for now. Write compelling ads that follow high-quality score guidelines. Yeah, that's something I cannot explain right now, but it's something that you have to try. It's something that when you write when you write ads, you get a quality score. Google say you, okay, this is like 6 out of 10. Try to always test your ads, change your ads, and see when you can get a better quality score. Why? Because if you get a better quality score, Google thinks that your ads are better than a competitor's and will ask less money for the same ads, for the same clicks. So at the end, you will pay less. 4 is don't use dynamic keyword in section. So that's very important. Go to the extra 10 miles and create tight and group with specific and relevant ads. Don't leave Google do your ads for you. You have to create very specific, as I said before, very specific campaign, very specific group, very specific keywords, and then very specific ads. Don't leave Google creates the ads for you, because it really doesn't work. It's cost a lot, and it's never like if you create something very structured. Okay, let's go on. Send traffic to the most relevant page on your website. The page should contain an action item. That's something important, because if the searcher is confused about where he has to click or what he has to do, and to go next and stuff like that, I mean, she will just leave. She will just click back. So never make the customer confused. Put some action item, put something, make very clear. Don't play with the patterns of the customers, because there are tons of websites. They don't have to stay in your website. So makes very, very clear. Cultivate a negative keyword list. This is also very important, because it helps you to save a lot of money, because many people find your ads even if they are looking for something else. So, for example, in our case, it's important that when someone looks for luggage, our ads will not be shown, because we don't have this service. So if our ads will be shown, the customer thinks that we have this service, and then they click, and then we pay for something that we don't have. If you sell shoes and then you do some ads for, I don't know, for a computer, it doesn't make any sense. Okay, then optimize to the most specific goal possible through tracking. That's super important. If you don't know exactly which keyword is contributing to your ultimate goal, then what you are optimizing for? You are optimizing for clicks, you are optimizing for, I don't know, sales, you are optimizing for subscription, you are optimizing for time on site. So if you really need to understand if your results are good or not, or what you have to change, what you have to test, you need to understand if you are doing your ads for leads, if you're doing your ads for sales, if you're doing your ads for subscription, if what's matter you is the time on the website. So really understand what your goal is, and then measure your goals, track your goal, and if something is not working, change, always test. I mean, I think test is the first thing that's matter for a marketer. Always test. Everything that can be changed should be tested. Use match types. This is also super important, especially the plus. Never leave a keywords without plus, because this is like leave Google cheating you. Because this is mean that if you leave a keyword without the plus, Google can show you also your ads when someone is looking for something that is not very relevant, but it's something that could have some sort of relevance. That's not what we want. So if you put the plus, Google will show you your ads when it's relevant. And yeah, you can use also other kind of match. That is the phrase match. That means that Google will show your ads when there is the subtree line of the keywords, how you put the keywords in your ads. Or there is also the exact match. That means that Google will show your ads when people write exactly the keywords that you have in your ads. Then use, of course, ad extension. This is a functionality of Google, and it will help a lot, so I would suggest you to use it. And last one is, get help from our professional if you don't know how to use. Generally, it's very cheap. I put here Reboot Founders because we have a network of professionals, so you can use our network. But seriously, sometimes it's better to use an external person, especially at the beginning. It's cost less, because when you really don't know how to use Google AdWords, Google takes a lot of money. You just get a lot of clicks, but maybe these clicks are not sales, so you're not making any money and you're paying a lot. So yeah, that's my suggestion for Google. Let's go on with Facebook. Facebook, there are, I divided in two. So there is content marketing that is for free. So this is something you can do without paying any money. And there is paid acquisition. This is Facebook ads that in Help we are also doing. So still based on our experience, I will give you some suggestion. First thing that I would suggest you to do is content marketing. This is, short 4 points that one of our co-founder prepared, and I think they are very useful. They are working with us. So what we have to do is, first thing, you need to find all Facebook groups about your business and join them. For example, regarding Hangout, I found a lot of groups that are about travel, for example, in Italy, and I found a lot of groups that are about how to save money. So first thing that you have to do is find the groups that really matter with your business, that are related to your business. So when you find this group, you need to add some value to this group. So what's published in this group? Let's say that you get some exposure in TV, something that you're saying something useful. For example, maybe now I can use this video for our channel as well. So when there is something that you create something, a blog post, we have a lot of blog posts, for example, and maybe you have as well. So when you have something that had value, use it. So this means, of course, you have to make it more smart first. So you can use Linkfire, for example. I would suggest Linkfire. It's super cool. We use a lot of Linkfire. Linkfire actually is a website that give you the possibility, for example, if you have a video, you can change the title, you can change the description, you can see how it will be shown in Facebook, in Twitter, in all the social media, and you can shorten the link. You know, a lot of features that are very, very cool. And when it's ready, just post on the Facebook groups, and then check, you know, if people are following you, if people are interested or not, and all this kind of stuff. I mean, depend on the business, but I suggest you to use it. It's for free, of course, so just take some time and try this strategy if it's work or not for your business. Paid acquisition with Facebook. Some rules also here, like I did before with towers. This is very, very important that you know, because you know, we also spend a lot of money on Facebook, and we lost a lot of money before. We are now, you know, we created like a machine with Facebook and hours that help us to get money, because we pay something for each customer that is always less than how much we gain from each customer. So we have like a money machine now with hours that we pay some euro for our customers, and we get 4 times that euro when we get a customer. Actually, it's much more than 4 times, but yeah, that's the idea. So Facebook, first thing that you need to know is Facebook is not Google. Facebook is not Howard. This is very, very important, because many people think it's the same, but the idea is different, because Facebook is not like a search advertising where you can search on a keywords or like you do in Google. Facebook is more like that you need to know your targeting profile. You need to know your customer. So maybe you can make survey first. You can try to understand your customer. When you really know your customer, who is your customer, which groups like, what's interest, and everything. You know, which the age is from 18 to 20 to 28. It's from 18 to 50. When you have very, very information specific about your customer, then you can really make money with Facebook. Otherwise, you just show your ads to a lot of people. You get a lot of clicks or impressions that really don't work, because they will not become a sale. So you are not interested. I mean, this is something very important that I would clarify, and I really believe in it. You are a startup. You don't want to spend a lot of money from branding. You don't want to spend a lot of money to let people know about you or to become famous. You are a startup. You need to spend your money to make money. You need to spend €1 to get €2. You need to spend €1 to get €3. You don't need to spend €1,000 to show your brands and get €0. So really, really focus on sales. Really focus on sales, and don't think right now about impression, about click, about if you get 1,000 click and you pay, let's say €1 per click, €1,000, and you get 0 sales, you're failed. So don't do that, especially now that you don't have, maybe you have some seed funding, but still, you don't need to do branding right now. Or if you do brand, just do with few budget. Don't spend a lot on branding. Okay, let's go on. Facebook offer you suggested bid mode. So never use this suggested bid modes. Really, it's something like if you give the keys of a Lamborghini to a teenager in a Facebook robot. You should decide your bids. You should change your bids. You should test your bids. Don't leave Google do that. Don't make anything automatic. You should always have control, spend time, work on it. I mean, cost per million is something that I have. Okay. Let's talk about cost per million. It's something that I already said before with branding. So cost per million is something that you should use when you are doing branding. It's mean that you pay based on the impression. This is something that you really don't want to do if you're a startup. You're focused on sales, you're focused on click. Generally, sales came from click, so you're not really focused on impression. So use cost per million if you want to do branding, and yeah, don't use a lot right now. Run my campaign continuously starting today. Yeah, this is something I also suggest you to don't use, because it's better, at least initially, to manage a daily budget. Let's say 10 euro, it's good, with a short duration, 2-3 days. When you when you then see that the campaign is working, you can hire your budget. But when you hire your budget, you should check your campaign every day. So don't say Google run my campaign continuously, because you can lose the control. You always have to be the control. You always have to be in control. Last but not least, it's always an experiment. So try to build an experiment, collect the data, analyze the results. Always go to tiny steps, and after each steps, try to see the results and validate the results. If the results are good, you invest more. If the results are not good, you close. Never try to just start something, leave automatic, and maybe hope that in 2 months everything will be fine. Now it's because you are still a startup, and I'm sure in 2 months everything will be fine. It's not fine. If it's not fine now, it will not be fine in 2 months. So start something, check every day, see the result. If it works, you continue. If it doesn't work, you close. That's it. That's Facebook. Let's go to Twitter. So Twitter, as I said before, you can do content marketing on Twitter, like on Facebook, or you can do advertising. Let's explore content marketing first, and then some tips. Why I'm not speaking about advertising here? We tried advertising on Twitter. It's really didn't work. I mean, in Italy, Twitter is still not very developed like in, even if I think that it's super good, I really believe in the potential of Twitter, I think it's still not developed like in the States, for example. So my suggestion is, if you are a startup, you don't have a lot of money, try to focus more on Facebook and Google. Don't focus too much on Twitter right now regarding ads. But regarding content marketing, use a lot Twitter because it's super good. They have a very high potential, much more than Facebook. So I will show you how to use Twitter. Well, actually, what I suggest to do is download a software like TweetDeck. Actually, you can also download another software very famous. It's called Hootsuite. Hootsuite is just, you have to pay for Hootsuite. So I put here, since the idea of this presentation is help you to make money with your startup without investing too much money, I put TweetDeck, which is perfect. I mean, I like a lot. So actually, what you can do with TweetDeck is that you can manage, of course, Twitter, but you can also have some column that you can create for some keywords. So just make an example. In our case, we, of course, are interested in people that had a flight delayed. So what we need to know if when people had this flight delay, so how we can use TweetDeck. If I search for a keyword, and the keyword is flight delay, of course in Italian that is volo cancellato, then I can see all the people that are tweeting something right now that is something related to flight delay. And that's great, because I actually see a lot of customers just in front of me. It's something amazing. So Twitter has a very, very high potential. You can also see, when customers are talking about you, when customers mention you, you can also follow influencer. I mean, it's a great tool. You should really, really, really try to use it more than possible. And I think it's important that you understand how to use it. And I would suggest you some tips. This is something based on our experience, so just take note of it. It's very important. First of all, add cover, add picture, add the real name and bio. This is not Instagram, this is Twitter, so it's important that you add the real name and something that's displayed in your company. Obviously, if it is a personal page, something that speaks about you. Use collage of photo. I don't know if you already know, but when you add more than one photo on Twitter automatically make a collage. So you don't need to use external software for this. And this is something very cool, because sometimes you went to an event, you want to show something to your follower, and you have a lot of pictures, so you just post all the pictures together, and Twitter will make a collage. It's super cool. Use also video, use location, try to use all the features that Twitter offer. Another tips, 100 characters have 4 more retweets than the normal 140. One two hashtag have 21% more engagement. So again, this is not Instagram. Don't put 20 hashtags. Just put 1 or 2 hashtags. We tried this. I mean, I work on marketing, so it's for me it's very important to do experiment. I really love test everything. So I test a lot, and I can guarantee you 21% more engagement if you put 1 hashtag instead of many hashtags. If you ask for a retweet, you can get 23 more higher return rate. So when you tweet something, ask your follower to retweet. It's really worth it. Better to tweet. This is when you have to tweet. I mean, it's better from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. In the weekend. How many tweets per day? I would suggest from 8 to 15. This includes also, of course, retweet. So just stay active on Twitter. Let your follower know that you are there, that you are writing something. Of course, should be something useful, not just spamming. So no Facebook into Twitter is very important because it's a different platform, no spamming. And especially no business at first contact. Don't try to reach customers, say, hey, we do this, maybe you can need this service. Maybe don't do that. Never, never, never with Twitter, with LinkedIn. Don't do with social media direct selling. You can try to schedule a call, you can try to keep a conversation, but don't do the sale in the social media. But yeah, last thing, it's very important as well, use the analytics. So you really need to know if what you are doing is working or is not working. So very important, use the analytics. If you follow the link, you will go to the analytic page of Twitter and you can see all the tweets, the retweets, the mention, all the stuff like that. Okay, LinkedIn, we're almost finished. There is LinkedIn, YouTube, and then we'll talk about a bit search engine optimization, so the position. Yeah, again, LinkedIn, it's important that this is, I think, something that you can, these tips you can use for your personal page, and you can use this tip for your company page. First thing, it's important that you use a lot of keywords. It's all about keywords. When someone finds you, it's because of the keywords. When there is, it's an help on the SEO, it's because of the keywords. So really try to understand, try to see which keywords your customer are looking for. And when you write a description, when you write everything, try to use the same keywords. This is something very, very important. Add value, so always share something like you do on Twitter, but should be something that has a value for your customers. So share tips, share how to, share videos. So for example, this presentation is something that I hope had a value for you. So when you share something that has a value. Don't share just bullshit or spamming, otherwise people just will stop follow you, and that's not what you want. Yeah, add skills. I mean, this is something more for personal profile, but for a company profile, it means still something. It means that you should add what's the company there, not skills, but maybe in this time we can see the expertise, what's the company it's good for. So that's what's very important. And as for recommendation, if you are a personal page, ask to your colleague, ask to your boss, ask for recommendation. That's help a lot. If you are a company page, ask your customers that uses your service and found your service good for recommendation. Another service, external service for free you can use for recommendation, I would suggest you, is Trustpilot. Trustpilot is super good because it's for free and people that use your service can go there and can leave a review. And then you can integrate Trustpilot with Google. So when people look for you in Google, they will see rating. So if you're good, if you have 5 stars, they will be, new customer will be more, more happy to do business with you. Leverage connection. So you have maybe, 1,000 or maybe 100 of contacts in LinkedIn in your network. Try to talk with them. I think that 90% of the contacts are unknown for you. So try to talk with them. Try to say, hey, I mean, I have you in my LinkedIn, but I don't remember what you do. So try to see what's your network does, or who are the people in your network. You never know when you can find a customer. So it's happened really a lot of time to me that I was talking with someone and say, oh wow, so now you are looking for a help? That's crazy. I really have a lot of claims that I wanna send to you. So really, it really can work. Increase your network. This is very important. Try to always go to social event. Try to always join group. This is also the next point. So use a lot of the groups in LinkedIn. That's very important. Groups that are related to your business, like you do with Facebook. This is very important with LinkedIn. So spend at least 1 hour per day on LinkedIn. Don't underestimate LinkedIn, because it's really where your customers are going now. And yeah, it's really a place where you have to be as well. You have to be when your customers are. Yeah, another important thing is create a conversation. Don't sell on the platform. This is something I said before. Never send message and say, yeah, we do shoes. Do you want to buy shoes? Never do that. If you want to sell something to someone, first engage. Create a conversation, build a relation. When is the moment? If you can, do the sell in person. Otherwise, use Skype, use Hangout, but don't do just with a message on LinkedIn. Yeah, then you can use advanced search to find the right people. That could mean a lot of things. Could mean I don't know, for recruiting. Could mean partners. Could mean everything. LinkedIn has a very great feature that is advanced search. You can search people for industry. You can search people for keywords. You can search people for, I don't know, group. It's very, very detailed. So I would suggest you to use a lot. I use a lot it, and I find a lot of partners, and we are making a lot of money with these partners. So, I mean, I cannot know, of course, all your business, but I think that for every business, LinkedIn can, with the advanced search, can help you a lot to find the right person that can help you to get money. YouTube. Yeah, YouTube, I think it's a channel that's very underestimated. A lot of people use YouTube, is the second best search engine, but they use YouTube to, you know, to watch a video, something funny, but they don't use YouTube for marketing. But it's very, very powerful. Actually, it's, you get, you know, 20 more engagement than Twitter and Facebook. It's also easier to understand value proposition with a video. I will show a hair help video a bit later. Let's finish now. It's increase your SEO, so your positioning, because everything, we will talk on the next slide, but everything is integrated. So it will increase SEO, it will increase awareness, it will increase branding, lead generation, conversion, so it will make money. So use YouTube a lot. It's really help. If you can put a video in each page, try to explain what you do with a video. It's really, really helpful, and it's really worth it. Some tips, it's that when you create a video, put the main keywords on the title, then put the same keywords in the description, and put the keywords in the ads, in the tag, sorry. So it's all about keywords, always, in each social media, because people now, we are, you know, we look everything with keywords. We write everything. If you need shoes, we write on Google, yeah, I wanna buy blue shoes, Nike shoes. So always use keyword, related keyword to your business, and use a lot of these keywords. 4 rules to make the video: show the brand. So don't create video just anonymous. Just show the brand, and use a good audio. Don't create, if you make a video, make a quality video. It doesn't cost a lot. Seriously, we paid a video €10 one time, so it's not something that is going to cost a lot. Use a good video. And important points at the top: you don't know if the customers will follow you till the end, so talk about important things at the beginning. And use a call to action and annotation. And again, don't wait to the end. Put, like, I don't know, buy it now, or go to the website, or some action item since the beginning. Don't wait to the end to put the action item. Yeah, and then decide where to put your video. I put here some suggestions that could be social media, could be blog posts, could be email marketing, links, press release. Yeah, I want to show you a video, a help video. I think it will help to it will help to understand what I mean with a video. Just a second, let me take. I hope that it will not get the same problem. Yeah. Damn. Let's see if I can open the video and then just share the video page. Yes, okay. That's the hair help video. So this is something to explain you how a video can make simple for the customer understand what you're doing and why you should use video. And in the meanwhile, you can see how a video should be built. So let's see it, and of course all the question at the end.
Air travel can really be a pain in the butt, especially if your plane is overbooked, delayed or cancelled. When that happens, you could be entitled to up to €600 in compensation because of EU regulation. This regulation applies to all flights leaving the EU with any airline, or all flights arriving in the EU with a European airline. But you might never see that money, because in order to make your claim, you have to fill out tons of forms, loads of paperwork, and wait on the phone for hours. But not anymore, thanks to AirHelp. AirHelp is a simple service that helps you get your rightful compensation from the airline. Go to airhelp.eu or send us your flight information to plans@airhelp.eu. We will run your claim and fight for your compensation. And remember, the other passengers might also be entitled to compensation. So why not share it? We only get paid if you get paid. Simple as that. With AirHelp, you'll never miss a flight compensation again. Sign up at airhelp.eu. It's stupid not to.
So this was our video, and I have a question for you now. So how many people understand now what AirHelp does better than before with the thanks for the video? Seriously. So just, you know.
Yeah. Yes, it's better explained than the presentation.
Yeah. So in 1 minute, you can really understand a company better than, I don't know, tons of slides or website or stuff like that. Okay, just finish and then we can go to the question.
Okay.
Last slide, SEO. So SEO is something that could take a lesson itself. We will just go here in the surface because I think it's already almost 1 hour that we are talking, so maybe you are tired, and for sure there will be a lot of questions at the end. And yeah, so just let's talk quickly or shortly about SEO. So SEO first, I think it's something that you already know is super important, because because if you have really good SEO, you are in the first page of Google, you can get a lot of money without do anything paid acquisition. And this is mean without spending €1, you can get a lot of money. But how to be in the first page in Google's? I would say the most important things is have about inbound link. So it does mean links that go to your website. But I'm not talking about ask a friend, hey, do you want to change link? I will put the link on your website, you put the link on my website. This is not working. First, because I know that Google can recognize this. This is something that you will be punished for this. But depend on the source. So actually, the best way to do this is with press release. If you go to the main journal, so in Italy, we went to Sole 24 Ore, Repubblica, Corriere. In the States, we went to Fox News, Bloomberg. So if you go to really important, relevant source, Google recognizes this and will give you some points for this. So when someone, what's important for Google is that when someone is looking something in Google, he or she can find the best website on the top. So that's what Google wants. So if your website really have a lot of very important source, like, I don't know, in Italy it could be Sole 24 Ore or La Repubblica, that say something about you, that put link about you, that say something important, maybe using also keywords that customers are looking for. Does Google see this? I'm talking about Google Robot, of course, and say, yeah, maybe this website it's what really people are looking for, and put your website on the top. That's very important. So I understand that press, it's not so easy to be on the journal. Maybe you need some public relation, you need some networking with journalists, but use blogs. Blogs work a lot. Use affiliate program. Never think that someone will make something for free for you. So what we did, we used Post Affiliate Pro. I suggest you to write the name because it's the best service. It's very, very cheap. It's like, I think we pay $99 per month. It's super cheap. And actually, you have a very great system to manage your affiliates. So you can reach your bloggers on LinkedIn. You can look for keywords. I don't know, blog in travel in my case, but could be blog in shoes in another case. And you can find bloggers, and you can propose your bloggers to become an affiliate. You can pay, I don't know, a couple of euro for each lead. And this means that if you sell, I don't know what you want to sell. If you sell a watch that you will get, let's say, 20 euro profit, you can say your affiliate that you will pay 2 euro to the affiliate. For the affiliate, it's good because it's still money. Let's say the affiliates make 10 sales per day. It will be 2 euro. It will be 20 euro per day. So it's still money for the affiliates, so it's still good for the bloggers. For what the bloggers can do is put some banners. What the blogger can do is put an article, for example. So try to use a lot of bloggers, because this will help you to get money with a software like Post Affiliate Pro, but this will also help a lot your SEO, so your positioning. So don't underestimate this. Use a lot of bloggers, use press if you can. This will increase a lot your SEO. Another important thing is use a lot, as I said before, with all the tips, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Google+, because you really need to have everything integrated. If you have everything integrated, everything perfect, you have a lot of followers, a lot of fans, you have a lot of followers in YouTube channel, you have video, you have blog posts, you have a lot of things all together. Google understands this, recognize this, and understand that you offer something more than your competitors. So don't think that it takes time. It's worth the time. This is your job. This is what you have to do. So do it. Or if you don't have time, pay someone to do it for you, but do it. This is really important. This is what will make you do the sales and make your, gain your customer. LinkedIn connection is also important. Have good connection, as I said before. Emails, use MailChimp, or if you don't like MailChimp, we use MailChimp, you can use as well. If you like MailChimp, it's very good, and do marketing, email marketing, newsletter, it's super good. It's helped a lot also SEO. And regarding the content, when you publish something, always remember high quality, should be something that add value, should not be something that you are taking from another source and you are using, because Google can find this. If you are just copying something from another website, Google can see that it's from another website. And this is not only will not increase your SEO, but you will lose some point for this. So really be careful, because you can lose points with Google SEO. So this is mean when you do something wrong, for example, ask a friend to use your link, and then you put the link of your friend in your website, or when you use some content that is not original, you lose point. So yeah, definitely be careful with this. And always create content that people can share. So we have a blog post, we always have at the end, share on Facebook, share on Twitter, share where you want. So this is important. Create content people can share, because when people share the content, your SEO increase. Because Google see that your contents are shared by people, so maybe it should be important, maybe it should be relevant. So your website will be on the first position, I don't know, maybe not the first position, but first page, which would be already great. If content are doing well, you can, of course, promote that. It means that you have to pay some money, but it's not a lot of money. For example, if you go to Facebook, you can always see, promote this post. You can do that. I suggest you to do that. Not always. When you see that something people really like, do that, because it will help you a lot of the SEO. But just don't spend too much money. You can spend, I would suggest, I don't know, 3 euro, 5 euro. Maybe you can use this for a couple of days. That's it. Don't spend too much money. Remember, you're a startup. Never imagine you have to spend million and you have wait million from investors. Nobody will give you million if you don't show that you can make money with few euro. Yeah, last thing, it's on-page optimization. This is also important. For example, the title of the website, the content of the website, but there are very great software that do that for you. I would suggest Mods, it's the one we use, but I would suggest also SEMrush, because I never trust one. So you should never trust one software, because they are based on some, something that the people that built it think about. Nobody know how Google rank your page. So they think that Google rank your page in a way. Another software like SEMrush think they Google rank your page in another way. So they have different, criteria. So use at least two. I put here the two best that you can find on the web. So use both. They are not for free. But I think that when you are still small, you can use for free for a period, or maybe you can use for free. I think we use for free in a couple of countries, and then we have to pay for the other country. I don't know how it is exactly because we pay for them, but there is something for free and something that you have to pay. Just check it out, and yeah, I think that's it. I mean, guys, thanks for listening to me. It was very long. Actually, we are already out of time. But yeah, you have my contact here. You have LinkedIn. We have Twitter. This is my Herald email. Yeah, I mean, definitely. I was a bit. I rushed a lot, but this is because, how you can see, the time was not enough. We talk about a lot of things, but I still would, if you have question, I still would leave some time for question now. Thanks.
Any question?
Don't be shy.
So, hi, I'm Matteo Valoriani.
Hi, Matteo.
What do you think about the effect of link group connected to the advertising or the promotion of your brand? Can you go more in detail on this part?
So you say promote your brand in LinkedIn, or did I understood?
Promote your brand using LinkedIn.
LinkedIn. Yeah, we did this in Hangout, and I think it depends a lot of the business. But like I said for Twitter, I don't think LinkedIn is the best right now for a startup. We do mostly content marketing on LinkedIn, which is working a lot. Regarding ads, I would not suggest, I mean, if I would be your advisor, I would not suggest to spend money on LinkedIn right now. But as a marketer, I would say try €10. Sometimes you have a free budget that you can use. We had as well €100 free budget to use, and we tried. It really didn't work. So I'm a bit skeptical about LinkedIn, like a bit skeptical about Twitter for ads. But I always say test, because generally depend a lot of the business. In our business, it didn't work, but maybe your business will be a great source. So my suggestion is always start with few budget, use €10, try to do some ads, see how it goes. If it doesn't work, close. Don't spend other money on it. If it works, you can continue. This is different from ours, because ours at the beginning never works, because it's improve when you use it. So ours, it's another things. But for Twitter, for Facebook, and for LinkedIn, try. If it doesn't work, close. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
What do you think about promoting your brand on websites like Hacker News or Reddit or Product Hunt?
What do you think about promoting your brand where? Sorry?
Promote your brand on websites like Hacker News, Product Hunt, or Reddit?
Yeah, I mean, actually, we did as well. It's something that worked because people know about your brand, but I would say that depends of the agreement that you do, because I never would suggest a startup to spend too much money for promote a brand. I mean, as I said before, you should not do branding right now. You can do branding with press. This is something that worked because it will increase your SEO, but never spend money just for promoting the brand. It's really something that you don't need right now, because you cannot measure it, because you cannot see if you're getting money from it. Maybe you will see in your analytics. I mean, by the way, I would suggest you to use Google Analytics always. You can see in your analytics that you have more organic, but how can you see that if organic is coming because your brand campaign, or if it's coming because, I don't know, your paid campaign are working very well, people know about you, and they are starting to go for you also organically. So it's something difficult to check. So I would suggest use it, but spend few minutes again, and don't focus too much on it. Focus too much on things that you can track, things that can give you money, and then when you show to the investors the metrics, you can see here I spent in hours €2, I get in hours €10 per customer. So I'm making €8 for each customer, but I don't have much money. So if you give me much money, we can make more money together. So that's what you really, the strategy that you really have to follow.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you for the question.
Okay, any other questions? Okay. So maybe I have a question.
Okay.
How much is your ARPU?
How much is your?
ARPU, average revenue per user.
Oh, revenue per user. Well, this is something I don't know if I can say. So if you see in the presentation, yeah, because I mean I mean the presentation will be public, so everybody can see the video. Maybe in private I can tell you.
So, how do you think is important to set up average revenue per user at the beginning of a business plan?
I think it's very important. Generally, a company, when they do a business plan, is something that we are talking about the future. And I mean, I can understand. You are talking about the future, so you don't know exactly which is the average for a customer. Maybe you still don't have a customer. This is something that I can understand. But I think it's very important that you do some tests. Each company is different. Some company need a lot of money to start, but maybe they can find a way to create a test and put something on the business plan. They can put an average per customers that they saw from the test. I think it's important you get some metrics, and I think it's important from the beginning you have the average per customers and how much you are spending now per customer. It's good if you say, you know, if I get some money, I can, I don't know, improve my service, I can reduce the cost per acquisition. But it's always good, it's also good that you show how much is your cost per acquisition now and how much is your revenue per customer now. Because it's important, I think, for an investors to see that they are not only promise, because there are thousands of startups that are doing promise, that are saying, you know, we will make million and we will make 1,000 million of customers, but how you can know that? Everybody say the same, so you really don't know that. So the only way that you can be credible is you need to show that you did this and it worked.